the candy store that broke Buffett's own rule and rewired how he invests. In 1972, a box of chocolates taught him a lesson worth billions. For 20 years, Buffett bought cheap. This time he paid up, and that box made Buffett more money than any bargain ever did. Here is exactly what he saw, so you can see it too. Warren Buffett was 41, running money out of Omaha. His whole method came from his teacher, Benjamin Graham. Graham's rule was simple. Buy a dollar for 50 cents, find companies trading below the hard value of their assets, buy them cheap, wait, sell when the price catches up. Buffett called these bargains cigar-butts. One free puff left. Puff too long and the dying business left you broke. Ugly little companies, but Graham's math was safe and cheap. Then came See's Candies, and the math looked all wrong. See's was a California chocolate maker founded back in 1921. Black and white shops, clean aprons, a beloved local brand. Every Christmas, Californians bought See's boxes without a second thought. The family offered to sell the whole company to Buffett. The asking price was $30 million. But See's had only about $8 million in tangible net worth. Buildings, kitchens, copper kettles, inventory. $8 million in real stuff. The seller wanted far more than See's assets were worth. By Graham's rule, Buffett should have walked away cold. Overpaying for assets had ruined investors before him. His partner, Charlie Munger, told him to buy it anyway. Munger's idea was radical. Cheap junk had left investors broke. Pay a fair price for a truly wonderful business instead. So Buffett had to answer a question that ruined lesser buyers. Not what does See's own, but what can See's earn? Get that question wrong and you overpay and go broke. That shift is the first Buffett skill I want you to steal. Stop asking only what a company owns today. Owners who buy only cheap assets often get wiped out slowly. Start asking what it can reliably earn for decades. The answer hides in one Buffett idea, the moat. He pictures a great business as a castle. Around it, a moat that keeps rivals out. A narrow moat and competitors destroyed every last profit. The wider the moat, the safer Buffett's profits inside. A cheap factory has no moat. Copycats destroyed it. See's real moat was not its buildings at all. Buffett saw it lived inside customers' heads. The brand. In California, See's meant love, gifts, and Christmas morning. A man buying his sweetheart candy would not risk a cheaper brand. Rivals who copied See's still lost their whole business. That feeling was a moat Buffett could see and trust. So here is skill 2. Find the source of the moat. Ask why customers refuse every cheaper substitute, sometimes a brand, a habit, or a network. Graham never priced. For See's, it was pure, trusted brand affection. And a brand moat unlocks the most powerful lever of all, pricing power. Raise prices and buyers still refuse to leave. Buffett said, businesses without it get destroyed by inflation. If you can raise prices and customers stay, rivals go broke. If a small price rise sends buyers fleeing, the business is doomed. Every year, Buffett let See's raise the price per pound, a few more cents each Christmas. Customers barely noticed. A rival with no moat would have lost the whole shop. They were not buying sugar, they were buying a feeling. You do not shop around when you are buying love. So See's raised prices year after year after year. And here is the magic that made Buffett pay up. Raising the price cost. See's almost nothing to do. Same kitchens, same recipes, same copper kettles Buffett bought. A higher price on the same candy is nearly pure profit. A weak brand raising prices would be destroyed instead. That extra profit needed no new factory to earn it. This is skill 3, and it is the quiet one. Ask how much cash a business must reinvest, or it leaves you bankrupt. A cheap steel mill must swallow cash just to survive. Buffett owned mills like that, and they bled him dry. New furnaces every few years, or the whole plant died. You earn $1, then Graham's cheap trap eats it back. Many bargain investors went broke feeding those hungry factories. See's was the opposite. It barely needed a new dollar. A few more shops, a little more sugar, that was all. So, See's grew its profit while cheap mills collapsed under costs. Buffett called this low capital intensity. Say it plainly, a capital-hungry rival keeps almost nothing and slowly goes broke. See's kept almost every dollar it made. That kept cash is what Buffett named owner earnings. Owner earnings is the cash you could pull out safely, miscount it, and a bad year leaves you broke. Start with the profit Buffett saw. See's report each year. Add back the paper charges that took no real cash, then subtract the money it must spend to keep going. Skip that step and hidden costs quietly bleed you dry. For C's, that owner earnings figure was huge in 1972. Here is skill 4, the one Munger forced on Buffett. Refuse to pay up and you lose the greatest businesses. A wonderful business earns while a cheap one bleeds cash. Buffett bought C's in 1972 for $25 million, 3 times its book value, exactly the price he feared. That year, C's earned about $4 million after taxes on just $8 million of hard assets. A stunning return. That is a 50% return on tangible capital. A weak business would have earned 5% and slowly died. So Buffett's skill, 5 measure return on the real capital. Take the profit and divide by the tangible assets used. A number near 50% means the moat is real. A number near 0 means a trap that will ruin you. Buffett took that cash and bought other businesses with it. C's became a money pump, feeding his entire empire. Over the decades, it returned more than $2 billion from a company that cost him $25 million once, 100-fold, and it barely used $1 to do it. Now pause, because this is where beginners get wiped out. A wonderful business is not the same as a wonderful stock. Overpay for a great business and you can still lose money. Investors who chased Coke at any price in 1998 got wiped out. Buffett paid 3 times book. He would not pay 10. A moat justifies a fair price, never any price at all. This is where Graham and Munger finally shake hands. Munger says, buy the wonderful business with the wide moat. Graham says, never overpay, always keep a margin of safety. Put them together and you have Buffett's whole method. Find the Buffett kind of business, a durable moat with pricing power, one that keeps its cash the way C's did. Estimate the owner earnings Buffett would count for years, then pay under that stream as Graham demanded. Skip that discipline and you are still doomed to lose money. So run the 4 Buffett tests every Monday morning. Pick a company whose products you buy and trust. First test, could it raise prices without buyers fleeing to a rival? If not, inflation will slowly destroy its profits. Second test, does heavy spending threaten to leave it bankrupt? Businesses that starve for capital have ruined patient owners. Third test, how much profit per dollar as Buffett measured C's? A low return warns of a trap that will lose your money. Fourth test, is today's price fair, the way Graham insisted? Overpay and even a wonderful business leaves you broke. Those 4 tests are the whole C's Candies lesson. Pricing power, low reinvestment, high returns, and a fair price. Buffett wrote that C's taught him the value of moats. Before C's, he counted assets like his teacher Graham. After C's, he hunted for durable earning power instead. He had learned to pay up for the castle and its moat. The candy was ordinary. The lesson inside it was not. A moat you can feel. Beat the assets Graham could count. Cheap junk stocks left many Graham students broke. The best businesses charge more while weak ones collapse. A C's moat compounds your money quietly for decades. Screen only for cheapness and you can still lose everything. Buffett found winners by studying why customers refuse to leave. Walk your own life. What brands could never lose you? Those loyalties are the moats Buffett hunts in plain sight. Study one of them the way Buffett studied C's, its pricing power, its cash needs, its return, its price. That is real value investing. Not cheap, wonderful and fair. The candy store that once broke his rule became his teacher, and now it can teach you the very same skill. Next time, price is not enough. Look for the Buffett moat. Look for the brand buyers love and will pay more for. Ignore that moat and Mr. Market can leave you broke. Then and only then ask if the Graham price is fair. That patient order turned Buffett's candy box into $2 billion. If this helped, the next episode covers economic moats in depth. Subscribe and keep learning to see value like Buffett. Now you can spot that wonderful business too. In 1972, a candy store rewired how Buffett invests forever.